guys, just another video of a review of a product I've bought. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I've started recently using a new DSLR camera, Nikon D3400. Love the camera, I think it's great, but the only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have a flip round screen. So when I'm doing review videos like this, I'm kind of like at the mercy of what I think the camera sees rather than what I can actually see on the screen. So I decided to buy myself a 7-inch camera monitor. Got it off of Amazon. It was, I think, £85 for this, and then I had to pay like £15, I think it was, for a battery and charger. So you get in a box. I won't lie, I have been using it for a month or so now. I didn't want to do a review of something that I don't like. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you a picture now of what you actually get in the box, because I have unboxed it and I've started using all the bits and I'm not 100% sure what comes with it. So here's a picture. Perfect. Okay, as you can see, you get the screen, the mounting arm, a little adjustable bracket, HDMI cable and other little bits and pieces. So here's the monitor itself. I do use it with the shield, the plastic cover on the sides. You can take that piece off if you want to. It's a bit of a git to get on and off, but that just means that you can install the sun hood, which is quite useful really. I didn't think it would be, but until you realise the sun stops the screen quite a lot, it actually works quite well. Also comes with, let's move it out a bit, an adjustable arm. I couldn't work out how to use this at first. I was having a proper moment. So I assumed that this only did these two joints, and so I was tightening it up in where I wanted to, but I couldn't adjust the ends. What this does is, it does everything. So you loosen this off, and it loosens everything off. And then once you tighten it up, everything's secure. It's actually quite a nice little mount really. The weight of the monitor is probably a little bit too much for it. It does wobble and wiggle a bit, but if you can get it set just right, it does work. Comes with the normal cables and bits and bobs really. It's nothing great. I did go out and buy myself a coiled HDMI cable because the one they give you is a little bit too long, and if I'm mounting this on the shoe of the camera, it can get a bit in the way, so decided to go for that. Battery charger and batteries that I bought. It's actually quite handy. You get two batteries and the charger. The charger can charge it from a car charger, which they do give you, and just a normal 240 volt power supply. What I do is I'm just going to plug this in. What is, I'm going to connect it to my camera. There are a couple of things I like, a couple of things I don't like. I'm going to get rid of the box, I don't need that anymore. Okay, all the time let's turn it that way. All the time the battery is on, like it is now, you always get a red light. So in theory it's like an always semi-on status. The only way to get rid of it is to take the battery off, which is a bit annoying because I'd like to be able to just leave the battery on there. It does come with the battery shoe mount on the back, which is great. Along the side you've got all of your ports. Not sure if you can see them there. Alright, so we've got DC in 12 volts, HDMI, AV, headphones, OSD controller and USB upgrade. Never really used any of them except the HDMI port. But yeah, it works quite well. The colour on it is actually a lot better than I thought. So we turn it on, takes a second or so. Okay, right, so now we're on. Now we're on HDMI mode. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect it to my camera to show you what it's actually seeing. So bear with me a second. So as you can see, I've connected it up with the cable that comes with the actual screen, and this is what my Nikon's seeing as we speak. So there we go, it's got quite a nice colour to it, nice brightness. One thing you have to be careful of, if you use it over HDMI like I am right now, let's actually record that. There we go. If you use it over HDMI like I am right now, turn the sound down before you start using it, because you get really bad feedback when you're connecting it to the camera like I am right now. I say it's kind of changed the way I do reviews now, where before it was a lot of hit and miss. I was getting bad footage, I was out of focus. It does have a couple of quite good features with it. I think it's F2, focus assist. So what it does is, it puts a red line, let's see if I can zoom in there to show you. So it puts a red line on everything that's in focus. So if I start adjusting the focus on my camera, so if you want to get a particular point of focus, so I'd say there's about right. There we go, we can zoom. We can zoom in and see. No, I'm not getting any focus there. Cool, so there we go. And again, just turn it off, push it again, you're back to normal. So you've got all like this different brightness, contrast. You think the brightness at the moment is only on 50. So it can go higher. I haven't really tested it too much on all of these other things. I don't really feel like I need to, just because it seems to work quite well. So it's got loads of little settings. I haven't really used it for anything other than connecting it to my Nikon, but that's the reason I bought it. Like I say, it's not too cheap, it wasn't too expensive. Has a tripod mount at the bottom, so you can screw it to any tripod. It's quite light, let's say, it lives in my camera bag. I should get a case for it, but let's say it's not. I've had it. How long have I had it now? 2 months. It's worked flawlessly every time. Battery lasts quite long. I did a video shoot about a month ago at a hotel with a chef's recipe video. I used it for about 2.5 hours. It was fine on one battery and had it on constantly. So yeah, it works perfectly, guys. Really recommend it. I'm going to try and connect to some other things just to see how good it really is. But what I'll do is I'm going to put another little clip of the video of that in a minute, so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But I would recommend it. Definitely go and get one, guys, if you need one. I say it's not heavy. Screen size is actually a lot nicer than I thought. I was worrying about too big, but no, it's perfect. If you're about a foot away, or sorry, a metre away from the screen, you can see everything that's going on. And the quality, I'm actually really impressed with. So guys, I've just changed location a little bit. I've just nicked the HDMI lead out the back of my TV from my Xbox One, plugged it straight into the screen. As you can see, although they're zoomed in quite big so you can't see. There we go, it's the Xbox One. Let's try a bit of Tom Clancy. It runs really nicely. I'm really impressed with this screen. So it's a bit smaller. I'm used to playing on a 50-inch 4K TV, but no, I'm impressed. So the colours on it are amazing. There's no dead pixels, there's no dark patches. It did only cost 90 quid. Oh no, let's see if I can. So it runs really well. I'm very happy with it. And it's battery operated as well, so in theory you could connect a Raspberry Pi to it. You could have it as a remote screen for CCTV. You could have it as a little you could set up a webcam to it and have like a little camera from for your front door. But no, like I say, it's such great quality for the amount of money it cost. It was actually impressive. And I kind of forget that every time I use it, I think, wow. Sorry, it's really hard to shoot on this when the screen's so small. Let's zoom in so you can see the detail. There we go. I've got to stop killing civilians. Look at the colours, it looks brilliant. Anyway guys, I'm going to wrap that video up now. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I do kind of lay little hints of up and coming videos and little projects. Haven't got any more trips planned for the foreseeable future, but something always comes up. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Speak to you later.